This is episode number 28, where you will have myself today talking about how to handle clients' expectations.
Welcome to the Lash Tribe Show. My name is Julia Mann and I am a lash artist, trainer, international speaker and business growth coach. Each week we bring you a new guest or inspiring tip that will help new and existing lash artists to unlock their full potential and create the business of their dreams. So thanks again for joining me today. Now let's get right into it.
So me as a lash artist, I prefer to keep your lashes healthy. And if you would like to maintain a fuller look at some stage and really create healthy lashes, I recommend you go. Sometimes if a client comes in and says, last time was not quite as full as I wanted it to be, can you go a bit fuller today? I will say, you really wanting to help them and offering them a solution for the issue, for their problems. So if someone comes in with itty bitty lashes, I will tell them, and I usually also take a photo, and I say, all right, welcome back everyone. Now let's dive into this episode. This is something that I always get asked within the Lash Tribe group or via email or Facebook Messenger. Wherever we are, we always have people with the same issues, which is mainly if you are a beginner and you're not quite confident to handle your clients, telling them no, telling them to be on time, telling them to clean their lashes. So this is what I want to talk about today. If you are a beginner lash artist and you have no idea how to even talk to clients, or whether you are maybe someone who is advanced but who has had issues in the past with people not really listening to what you're trying to tell them. Now, when it comes to handling clients' expectations, it is very, very important that you as a lash artist always stays professional, but also firm. And when I say firm, it's not like you are trying to be rude, but it is you trying to really pinpoint of what your policies are, telling your customers about it, and kind of bringing them up. If you're listening right now, you can't see my air quotes because we're bringing up our clients right from the start in the right way. It's no difference than me taking my puppy home, crate training them, or taking them out for potty training. The more you repeat something, the more people will get used to it, and then you reward them for it, right? So you reward them with a really great service and more time lashing them as if they were saying, oh, I don't want to clean my lashes, and then you don't have time to lash them, for example, or the lashes are falling out because they just don't look after the lashes very well. So expectations can be anything, like a client coming in for the first time wanting Kim Kardashian lashes that look like she's about to fly away and take off. But in real life, you look at her lashes and they're very sparse and fine. This is where we come in as lash artists and telling them straight from the start, I'm here ethically. I'm trying to provide lash services that are healthy. And if you have something that I can't work with, I will tell you. If there is something that I think could be done better to make your lashes last longer, so you have to come in a little less frequently, which obviously is great for your wallet as well, because you don't want to see me every week if you're not looking after your lashes and don't have your proper home care. Things like that can happen if you don't know exactly how to care for your lashes. This is the first time me having a client coming in. I sit them down for at least 10, 15 minutes and really handle their expectations. So if someone comes in with itty bitty lashes, I will tell them, and I usually also take a photo, and I say, okay, now we're looking at this photo. Now, looking at this, you can see how your lashes are quite fine. Some of them look like they have broken off a little bit, and some of them look like they're even barely there. Sure, there might be some lashes in between that are lashable, but if you want me as your lash artist that cares for your lashes and for your natural lash health, and I want you to have lashes for life, if you want me to overweigh your lashes, I will simply not do it. Look, you're more than welcome to go to other places, but I want to educate on lash health. So what happens is, if I put a very, very heavy lash on your natural lashes, very fine, we can actually restrict the blood flow to that blood vessel, to the bulb of the lash follicle. This is where the lash grows out. If we're restricting that blood flow, we can no longer or the follicle can no longer produce a healthy lash. And in the long term, you could not even have a healthy lash ever again. Your follicle can scar and be so restricted that nothing is growing back. Now, this doesn't happen the first time you have heavy lashes applied, but it can most certainly damage your lashes over time quite quickly. So give it maybe a few months to a year, and I will see you back here maybe in a year's time with hardly any lashes there. So me as a lash artist, I prefer to keep your lashes healthy and have you coming back every 2 to 3 weeks and applying something that is sustainable for now. Now, what you can do in that moment also is recommend retail care. Retail care is amazing. It's a quick buck. Usually when you're buying serums, for example, from lashtribeshop.com, you can mark them up 100%. So you might buy a serum for $70 and you can sell it for $140. You buy a serum for $50, you can sell it for around $100, $120. Yeah. The recommended retail price for lash growth serums are quite wide in variety in the type that you're buying. But if you're buying from us, you can mark it up at least 100%, which means doubling the price. So this is a great opportunity for you to recommend a lash serum. So how I explain a lash serum is, now that you've seen the photo of your natural lashes looking rather sparse, and if you would like to maintain a fuller look at some stage and really create healthy lashes, I recommend you get one of our lash growth serums. You apply them like an eyeliner morning and night for about 6 weeks, and your lashes will grow stronger, longer, healthier, and actually maintain that health within the follicle. There's beautiful natural peptides strengthening your hair, and we are able to lash more if you are going onto a lash serum. Would you like to get one today? Yeah, sometimes that's what I explained right from the start. Sometimes if a client comes in and says, last time was not quite as full as I wanted it to be, can you go a bit fuller today? I will say, potentially I could go a little bit fuller. However, with the current natural lash health of your lashes, I would recommend you go into a serum. That way we can ensure that your lashes aren't going to be damaged. Would you like to take one today? Yeah. None of my clients that I have ever recommended a serum because they wanted to go heavier have ever turned down a serum. They're very, very easy to sell. You just need to know how to sell. Yeah. Obviously, we have a course on selling retail as well. If you go to lashtribeshop.com and you type in salon retail sales, there's a great little online course on that as well, because it's all about you really wanting to help them and offering them a solution for the issue, for their problem. So if they actually have the problem of not healthy enough lashes for heavy lashes or fuller lashes, then you have the solution and you don't have to feel icky or salesy to recommend that serum to them. Okay, so this is the number one expectation that I usually get. People just wanting to have heavy lashes, but they can't afford to have heavy lashes because their lashes will be damaged at the end of the day. And number two, client expectation that a lot of my students always have issues with is clients either running late or no showing. And number three would also be something like not cleansing their lashes properly. So let's talk about number two first. The no-show has a very quick solution, which is getting a booking system and taking deposits. Now, we take a 25% deposit for all of our services, and if someone does not show up or doesn't cancel on time, we will keep that deposit. Now, for those of you that have clients that always run late, what you can do is tell them whilst you are lashing them. You can say, now for next time, I would recommend you block out a little bit more time because of the amount of lashes that I have to refill. The amount of time that we had left was not quite enough. So what we can do is either, you coming on time and we're using that allocated time for you to book it, that you booked in. Or I recommend if you think you have to run late for some reason, I'm going to block out another 15 minutes, which will be, listen, this many more dollars. Yeah, very, very simple. You don't even have to tell them off as such. You just say, look, I'm not able to refill very much. I have allocated times. I have clients for the rest of the day, and it's not fair on my other clients to wait around because I am trying to fill more lashes. There's allocated spots, right? So it's really about being firm, but fair, and it is fair enough that you want to kind of follow your policies, right? But you have to make sure that your clients know about those policies right from the start. If they don't know about the policies, they will do whatever they want, right? Because policies are there for a reason, for you to protect your business and to have some kind of system in your business and follow structure. Number 3, clients that are not cleaning their lashes. This is something that kind of can go 2 ways. One way could be your client just doesn't have the time. They might come straight from the city. I have a client who comes from the city, from work. She wears a ton of makeup. And the solution for that was for me to say, look, we need to book you out for another 20 minutes because this is how long it takes me to remove your makeup. Sometimes she will wear eyeliner, and it will take some time to pick that eyeliner out, unfortunately. And this is something that you have to decide for yourself, whether you want to have clients, more clients, and open up your books to more people, even if they wear makeup. And then you can obviously charge them more for the time that it takes you, or whether you just want to have clients that always clean their lashes. For me personally, I'm running a business and I'm happy to look after anyone as long as they prepare to pay more. And that is something, again, that's within your policies. You can say every time you come in, it's going to be an extra $20 because it takes me 20 minutes to clean your lashes. If I was to only charge you for the refill price, I would not be able to refill your lashes in the time that we allocated because it takes half of the time to clean your lashes. Another option would be you go home and you clean your lashes properly. However, some clients, like I said, they don't have time to go home to clean their lashes, or maybe they just don't want to. They don't look after them as well. And again, that is up to you whether you want to continue to work with them as a client or not. Then the other option is, of course, if you have someone who has very poor hygiene in terms of infections, blepharitis, just being really unhealthy and untidy and unclean. Those types of clients, I will usually tell them once, maybe twice, that I'm not able to do a refill on them. I would have to remove the full set because it will take me just as long to remove everything and refill it than it would take me to do the refill on its own. Yeah, and it's not worth it in the long term because the lashes will be unhealthy. The eyes can get really infected if they don't clean their lashes. So again, to handle your clients' expectations, this is something that you can have in your policies. You can give them a home care sheet where you say, we expect our clients to come with clean lashes. If we have to remove makeup, it will be an extra $20. This time needs to be allocated prior. If you arrive with makeup on, we will not be able to refill for the full allocated time. Be very strict, be firm to keep those policies, but always be fair. I always give a client one strike before I will tell them off. And when I say I'm telling them off, it's not like being mean or anything like that. It's just me stating my policies. Yeah. If you have a client that does not listen to anything that you have to say, they always come late, they always come with makeup and don't want to pay extra, they come very unhygienic, they have no-shown a few times, and they simply want heavier lashes every single time. Like, that's a worst case scenario. Obviously, it could be one or the other. What you can do is, I tell you first, what I wouldn't do is like fire the client. Fire the client. This is something I hate seeing online when people say, I have to fire my client. They don't do what I tell them to do. Number one, it's about handling the expectations. And if you have good clients, they will abide by your rules. Yeah. But if they don't, which happens every now and then, what you can say is you tell them maybe in an email or over the phone or in person if you dare. You can say, look, Susan, we've been trying to work on your lashes now for the last 3 or 4 times. I have told you a few times now that I'm not able to, meet your expectations. So unfortunately, I don't think it's a good fit, because it doesn't seem like I can make you happy with our services. So I would highly recommend you maybe look for another lash artist. And then you can recommend them another lash artist if you like. Okay.
Thank you so much for tuning in today. Now, if you would like to dive into another episode or look up some of the info I spoke about within this episode, make sure you check out the show notes down in the podcast description. I am doing these helpful and inspiring episodes regularly, and I would love for you to get some more value from it. Each week, we now feature one of our listeners in our episode. So if you want to be mentioned and introduced to our listeners, make sure you leave us a review on Apple Podcast. And you could be one of the lucky ones. Really hope you enjoyed this. Stay awesome and don't forget to sparkle. Until next time.